I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. We're here for the back nine on round number 2, the Halloween Classic. Let's get right to the action.
Hi, my name's Bobby Musick, PDGA number 15911. My sponsors, Legacy Disc Golf, Huck Lab, Voodoo Disc Golf Bags.
Hi, I'm Paul Ulibarri, PDGA number 27171. My sponsors are Crush Clothes and Prodigy Disc.
Tony Martinez, PDGA 43921. Thank my sponsors, Team Utah Open.
Steve Berger, PDGA number 28091. Sponsors Team Blue Ox and LVDGC.
JC Kester, my PDGA number is 36777, and I'd like to thank my sponsor, Shot Shapers.
And JC Kester will be first to putt. A number of these holes have a precariously placed basket on top of a mound or hillside, so laying up seems to be the most logical option. Musick's able to go for it. Unfortunately, he needed to go a little bit harder. Uli gets it to stick, and he'll card the only birdie 2 here on hole number 10. Uli moves to 11 under and has a commanding lead. Big pull by Ulibarri. This hole is somewhat difficult to film as it has a set of bushes that guard almost no matter where you stand on the tee. Very tough to get the basket and the entire flight. Throwing it off to the right with a big turnover shot, as you're seeing, is really the right play. They're just trying to get as much distance as they can, with this hole measuring in more than 400 feet. Berger with a huge rip off to the left-hand side. Doesn't look like he's got a ton of power, however, certainly more than enough. And again, a shot I can follow, a non-overhand there by Kester. This is Musick for birdie. Gives it a solid run. Uli is off to the right-hand side of the pin, as that did not hook up enough on the turnover shot. Anthony Martinez. And from way downtown, Steve Berger converts. He's going to take the sole birdie 2 here on hole number 11. A little bit of a bonus birdie here for these players. Just right side corner pocket there for Kester. And clean up here on hole number 11. Few final tap-ins. Berger's going to take the tee. Just like we saw Uli on the previous hole, Berger's going to be the only birdie on the card. In not such a bad fashion. We're going to move over to hole number 12. 318 feet. And a very protected green here. As I just said, many of the baskets are perched on top of some kind of hillside or near a hazard area, or possibly near a cart path that once you go beyond the cart path, you find yourself OB. And Uli is going with a high hyzer approach. Bobby a little bit more subtle of approach, going wide to the right, however with a lower line. Martinez ready. He just gets up and fires. I don't really have to edit out too much before he throws, because he just gets up there, pretty much throws right away. Like a player who gets up and throws quickly. And off come the glasses on the overhand as usual. And the left-hand side for JC Kester. He's looking for a sponsor. Maybe some of those froggies or bands or whatever it is. Snaps them back together. He's back in... back on track. Not much more they can do here other than a few layups. And Berger not necessarily laying up there. Kester finds himself OB in the hazard area. So by making that putt, he will still card a 3. You can see Uli is also in the OB area as we watch Martinez putt out. If Uli can make this, he'll also card the 3 and short and easy putt for him with the Anheuser toss in. And a few different ways to get there, but all members on the card walking away with par 3s. Hole 13 is one of the other par 4s. There's 4 of them on the course.
Oh, Frankie.
Uli's going to go with a roller way out on that left-hand side. He's waiting for it to stand up. At that point, I believe I lose it and then just barely catch it, and it's off and running right side up to the right of the pin. Bobby looking for a little bit more turnover there, throwing his icon outlaw. Great looking shot there by Anthony Martinez. However, at 555 feet, he's going to have a little bit of work to do there. And a forehand here by J.C. Kester. And looks like Kester, a little too much stability, maybe released it early. Could be one of the two there. He's going to find himself on the right-hand side. Bobby did not go all the way over the path there, so he's inbounds. He's got a birdie opportunity. Simple layup there by Berger. And off the top, Anthony Martinez giving it a run. This is JC for par. A correction for birdie. This is a par 4. We're seeing Musick converts. He's going to take the birdie 3. Got to send a shout out to our friends over at the Las Vegas Disc Golf Club, doing everything they could. This Black Mountain Canyon and Golf Course, Black Mountain Golf Course and Country Club, I should say, is a really amazing piece of property. They used to have 27 holes. However, this 9-hole side is not being used, which is why the disc golfers were able to put up an 18-hole course for the weekend. It was quite an effort. Anyone that's ever run a tournament or put up a temp course knows that it's a lot of work to do. Put up the baskets, take them down, and to try and make an interesting layout. Uli with a big smile. We see 4 birdies and a par by J.C. Kester. This is one of the must-get holes here on the course. A little over 300 feet, plays slightly downhill. Uli finds himself just a bit short and left. Musick's going to be able to play the wide righty hyzer. And that checks up nicely. That certainly could have got up and skipped on him. However, came in at just the right angle to sit down for him.
Yeah, where's Brody?
Haven't seen too many forehands by Anthony Martinez. However, seems to be pretty effective there. JC has his 2 shots, overhand and forehand, and a putt. Starting things off right here, making a nice long putt for birdie 2. Anthony's going to follow that up. Clarification as to who's out. Nice leisurely day out here on Halloween 2015. Temps in the 80s and not nearly as windy as we saw on the previous day during the opening round on Friday. Musick and Berger are in, and rather than a few feet short, looks like Uli was just a few feet long. He's gonna have a really short little tap in. Those are your favorite kind of putts. Bag on shoulder from less than 10 feet. Hole 15 has some OB on the left-hand side, also a bunker, as Steve Berger just found, short of the basket. I think players are a little more likely to find that bunker than they are to go left. Perfect shot by Paul Ulibarri. That has to be his third, maybe his fourth time he's stuck it right on the green, right where he came in. Blowing it up like Hasselhoff. Bobby Musick finds himself in the sand.
Get over it.
And Anthony Martinez is left. The overhand that hits up near the basket comes up just a bit short. Martinez was OB on that left-hand side. He's going to take a 4. JC with a solid putt. That's going to save his 3. Berger does the same in saving a 3. And Musick also. Uli's going to gain 2 on Martinez and 1 on the rest of the card there, taking the birdie 2. Moving on to 16 at 396 feet. Gonna need some just raw power here. Again, not too much to contend with in terms of trees or obstacles. The basket's perched up on a mound.
Thank you.
Either these guys are all incredibly powerful, or maybe it plays a tad shorter than 396. Either way, we're going to see some drives. JC trusting his overhand. Again, you're just looking for raw power. You're throwing it that far with an overhand shot. And Martinez starts out a little bit wide. A little wider than he was looking for. Quick draw on the throw. And he's a little short. This is Berger with a birdie look, and good.
Thank you.
JC's overhand nets him a birdie. Uli almost perfectly pin high at this point. Katrina has also joined our card and is in the cart with me, walking and following along, checking out the action. Katrina has had 2 very solid opening rounds and has a commanding lead moving into Sunday's action. Bobby with an easy birdie. And after the OB originally, Anthony Martinez is going to be tapping in and taking a 4 there. And the sole bogey, losing 2 strokes to the rest of the group. Hole 17, the final par 4 out here. Uli carrying further left than he was really looking for. You're going to see a couple of long drives, followed up by a solid approach, and then an elevated basket. Hole has a number of factors that they have to contend with. And although there aren't too many trees and obstacles on this course, there are a few bushes and other things that are just in the wrong spot when it comes to single camera filming. Anthony's had back-to-back bogeys, looking to get things moving again. I believe JC was OB. Anytime you carry all the way across the cart path is when you find yourself OB. So that's why he brought it in 1 meter, which puts him on the cart path. Huge pull by Ulibarri. Bobby set himself up off the tee in a perfect position, looking to attack the pin here. And it looks like it just went past the basket. He's going to have a birdie look. Berger with a great looking tee shot.
All day.
However, just not quite enough there. Martinez for his par. And a solid run there by Ulibarri. A not so solid roll away afterwards. And there it is. Great putt by Bobby Musick. He's going to take the only birdie here on 17. He's going to pick up just a single stroke on the leader in Paul Ulibarri. And Berger in for the par. He'll card the 4, and Martinez and JC Kester just looking to get off this hole, both with bogey 5s. Unfortunately for Martinez, that's his 3rd bogey in a row. He's looking to have a strong finish with just 1 hole to go. This hole is gorgeous in that if you've got the power, and as long as there's not a headwind, we're going to see our players get very aggressive, go out and over the water. Talked about possibly 370 to 390 to carry the water when you're going straight at it. Yuli's going to try and follow up Bobby's great looking shot, and he's done just that. Again, another one that checks up right near the basket. Looks like it could have skipped on him, however it just kept going. A great shot by Steve Berger. JC needed a little more height on that, give it more room to work. He's going to find himself OB, heading toward the drop zone. Nice pull by Anthony Martinez. As you may have guessed, overhand coming in by JC, and he's gone deep. He'll be left with that to hopefully walk off with a double bogey 5 is what he's lining up. Berger had gone deep. Solid putt by Anthony Martinez. Getting out of here with a birdie 2. Great way to finish off a round, especially after having 3 bogeys on 15 through 17. And Paul with a hot round of 11 under par, taps in. Bobby finishes strong with a birdie, shoots a 10 under par.
If you look where mine hit, that's crazy. I had to have been close.
Super close.
And fortunately, JC taking 10 strokes in the last 2 holes here on the round. And there you have it. That is Black Mountain, as we're at the Black Mountain Golf Course and Country Club. And there's your overall score, 16 under by our leader, Paul Ulibarri.